What up, my man in society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Loke, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like and comment and are subscribed to the channel because it does help my channel get into the algorithm. I'd highly appreciate it. It's free, bro. You know you don't turn down free stuff. You ain't gonna get charged. Trust me. See where it says subscribe right there? Like, go ahead and tap that, bro, one time. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna start until you do it. I just think we're gonna start. Now, but what I wanted to talk about was a question I was asked on my other channel, right? But this is the more appropriate channel to speak on this, right? I had made a video a while back ago about the whole flat earth thing, and people like to go back and forth, and that's fine, Now, when it comes, is the earth flat? Of course the earth is flat. Come on now. It's flat as a pancake, bro. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? I'm just messing with you. The earth is not flat. It's not round either, but it's shaped more like an egg, if anything. But, anyway, that's irrelevant to what we're talking about here. Whether it's a sphere, if it's flat, right? Now, the reason I think it's a sphere instead of flat, besides all the evidence that's there, one of the things that I find about flat earthers, and I'm not here to insult them or belittle them or, humiliate or nothing like that, you know what I mean? Everyone's entitled to see it however they choose, because people concentrate so much on the flat earth thing that they don't see the bigger picture that's happening here. It's not so much that they believe that the earth is flat, you know what I mean? But more about that they believe that the government lies to us. That is what this whole thing is about. This whole thing is about how the government is trying to manipulate us, how it's always lying to us, how it's always, doing this, and that. This is about the government. This is not about flat earth. This is not about none of that, bro. About cosmology, astrology. It's about none of that, bro. This is sheerly going on, psychology, if anything, you know what I mean? The mental of these individuals. Look, I love to study about philosophy, psychology, astrology, history, are just subjects that I'm just intrigued with. I just love educating myself nonstop on these things. Now, don't misinterpret trying to say that I'm saying that I'm an expert in this, you know what I mean? But I could hold my own, I'm well educated to hold my own. But I'm in no way saying that I'm an expert in all this and I know it all, and you know what I mean? But I know enough. So to me, it speaks more about that, right? Because every time, I hear the flat earthers, see, a lot of people, don't give flat earthers the time of day, for them to give their views and stuff like that, right? They want to be like, oh, this guy's an idiot, oh my god, and they're so quick to let their emotions get the best of them that they either skip or start insulting, and they just don't even hear the individuals. I actually sit down and I hear these individuals. I let them talk, let them, why they believe in all of this and that. So I hear them out, right? And I'm dissecting it all, right? Not judging them, because who knows, maybe they have some evidence that I might find curious and stuff like that, right? Who's to say? So I actually hear them out. I'm not biased. I don't go in there already with my mind made up. Remember, you never go into a debate with your mind made up, because then you're not going to want to hear the other person out, and you're just going to be stubborn. There's no reason of why to debate with somebody who already has their mind made up, right? Because they know the debate will be pointless. I mean, you could, hear either side's argument. I mean, but when you're trying to, provide evidence to each other of why you believe your facts are, the actual facts and stuff like that, but you're not going to win with somebody who already has their mind made up. But I actually hear them out, right? And one thing that I have gathered from all of these individuals, right, whenever I watch all these documentaries, interviews, all the research that there is on it, on their side, one common denominator is that, it always leads to the government lying to us. They manipulate us again. Another one of their lies. It's always leading back to the government and their shenanigans, I guess you could say. So therefore, already leads me to believe that they have a problem with the establishment, and they already view it some type of way. So it's not more about, they're flat or not, but more about, their point of view on how they view government and what they believe government is trying to do. Right, but then you look at the bigger picture. Okay, if the Earth is flat, let's just say the Earth is flat. What does the government gain out of lying to us that the Earth is flat? Like, what do they gain? Like let's say right now we believe the Earth is flat. Like, there, it's flat. What changes there, or what happens now? Like, okay, all of a sudden we all believe, everyone in the Earth. Okay, we all believe the truth now. The Earth is flat. Or why would the government lie to us that it's a sphere? Like, what are they gonna get out of it? I don't understand. You know, but that's besides that point. Another thing that another argument that they like to make is that everything that we know about space and everything that we ever have been see, every picture we have ever seen, everything blah 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 has been fed to us, right? This is all stuff that has been put out there by the government, by these organizations. They're the ones that put it out there and show us all of this. So who how do we know they're telling the truth? They're the ones that are feeding us all of this. They're the ones that have wrote all these books and everything like that. So for all we know, it's a lie and stuff like that. Okay, valid points. But the same thing I could say to the people who's putting out your information and showing you all their research and evidence on why the Earth is flat and the pictures they put out there and all the research. That's somebody who's writing all of this and telling you all of this as well as like you're saying on this side. So who's to say that it's not your side, the side that's actually lying? Right? Because it's the same argument. So okay, who's to say that that's not happening on your side? Like, why is your side the one that's actually the truth and everything like that? Now, what will somebody get out of lying about this? One, their overall mental, right? Their state of mind, right? What they believe in, right? The psychology portion of it, right? The establishment's against us. They're trying to enslave us. That type of paranoia thinking, tends to take a toll on individuals. You know what I mean? And so they'll concoct all of this because they truly believe it, right? That the government is secretly plotting and planning and etc. Another thing is, it's a good way to make money, push money out there, get views. It's a good source of how to get income, the cheap way, right? You make up all this stuff, get a fan base, you're racking up views and donations and publishing books and you get a funnel. You know what I mean? It's a good source of like how to make income, right? Because there's a lot of people that lie and manipulate. Let's not act like that doesn't, if that hasn't been attached to human behavior throughout, civilization, that you get these kind of people, right? And then there's some people that just like causing chaos and anarchy and trolling. You know what I mean? Because when I hear these arguments, there's sometimes people, oh man, the Earth is flat, and they're making all these arguments, and I see these people that do these videos against flat earthers, and they're getting mad, and they're going in, and they let their emotions get the best of them. Excuse me. For all we know, that could be somebody who doesn't believe that the Earth is flat, but just wants to troll that individual because he sees him getting mad, so he, keeps poking at it, and just to, annoy the individual. You know what I mean? Not necessarily meaning that he believes in all that, but just because he wants to troll him, because people get a kick out of that. Why? I don't know. That's a whole nother psychology breakdown on its own. But so there's individuals that just do it just to troll. But these individuals can't see that, right? They really do believe that these individuals believe that there's flat and stuff like that. Now, but let's get into the actual real. That's for the people that just fake believe that the Earth is flat. But right, let's get to the people that actually, really believe that the Earth is flat, right? Another, argument that, or explanations that they give, right? That they're holograms and these images, and there's a glass dome, and there's an Arctic wall, and all kinds of stuff, right? Okay, fair. So we have the technology to put the glass dome and the ice walls and holograms. So we're capable of creating, this, vast, incredible, to the next level type of technology, right? We're talking about, holograms, going throughout the whole entire world, creating fake stars and light bulbs and because that's the sun according to them, and wooty wah. So we had the capability to create all of this. When was it put in all of that we don't remember? I don't know. Maybe we're being brain controlled. I don't know, bro. Maybe they put something in our water to make us forget. Who knows? But then that doesn't that makes no sense, right? Because of all the chaos you see, and if they're trying to enslave us, but they're able to erase our memories or the events of all of this happening, but yet they can't control these people who rob banks and kill their loved ones and all the chaos that's around the world, right? If they're able to do that, can't they just control people with that, right? But then if we start asking too many questions about their explanations, they start falling apart. So it's better not to do that. I'm not here to be an asshole. I mean, it's legit. Like, okay, that doesn't make any sense because it contradicts everything else. But so we have the technology to create all of this and that, but we don't have the capability to go to space and the moon. So we can do all of this, but we can't do that. So we can create atomic bombs and split atoms, which in itself, people can't even be able to wrap their mind. They can't even be able to fathom, how mind-blowing it is, for them to be able to, create something that could, produce, heat, like the amount of brightness and heat that our sun gives, with these nuclear weapons, right, that they created and splitting atoms and all of that. That right there in itself is, that they could do that. And there's a lot of proof that that's actual and factual, because there's actual and factual events that have happened. Right? So that in itself is mind-blowing, right? What humanity has been able to accomplish, right? With, actual holograms of Tupac, and, the type of technology that we're capable and that we have. And you can't even say that that's a lie because we all have all these crazy devices, Wi-Fi and everything in itself is mind-blowing, right? When I know people really don't, because they just see their iPhones or the AirPods and all that, and they think nothing of it, Wi-Fi now. It's just Wi-Fi. What's the big deal? Like, how the fact that you're able to, connect with other people, without no wires and everything. But I guess, there's some people that doesn't fascinate them or interest them, And that's the majority of the things that has to do with flat earthers is just because they don't understand. They don't have the knowledge to be able to, understand all of this. And people, when they don't understand stuff, because, we're the type of people that likes to not be kept in the, dark. We don't like people keeping secrets from us. We want to be able to understand something. And sometimes when we don't understand stuff, we don't want to feel dumb and stuff like that because we're not able to comprehend. It's more easier to go with the basic, it's a sphere or there's aliens or whatever, because that's, to them, they could understand that, right? It's more easier than understanding, the velocities and, it's just they ain't trying to do all that, bro. So this is more easier for them to be like, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, the government's been lying to us. Yup, I agree, man. Them fools are snakes, dog. For sure, these fools are lying to us, and there's a dome right here. Because that's a more easier, thing to go. They don't gotta use their brain all that much for that, instead of trying to explain, how all of this works. Is like, man, we ain't trying to hear all that. It's why a lot of people have a following in this. And it's true, bro, because all the people that I try to, have these conversations with, their arguments, they don't make any sense. But anywho, so there's my explanation for all of that, right? We have the technology to create all of this, but we can't go out there. Okay. But the one that everyone argues with, their trump card, right? Their true evidence that the earth is really flat, is that, when they look in the horizon, that it doesn't curve, right? So therefore, it's flat. Okay. It doesn't curve, so it must be flat. Now, I could go into the dynamics of how all that works and everything like that, but I think I'll lose everybody and it'll get too complicated. But to make it easier, see this image right here? This image right here. See this image right there? Okay. That is what they believe that how the earth is, how it's flat. See? Right there? Okay. If you see, that's the earth. It's flat. That's the argument. But if you notice, you see how it curves? You see, because it's flat like that, right? But you see how it starts curving like that? You see where the arrows are? You see how it starts to curve? So you're not able to see the curvage, right? Because you're saying that it's flat. But then you're saying that this is how it looks, but if you could tell that it curves though. Because if you draw a circle anywhere, right? Any flat surface, right? You grab a plate, anything like that that's flat, like how they say, along the line, it curves. It curves. So, I mean, that completely right there destroys your whole entire argument. Now, you could go ahead and say that, oh, look, it does curve, and you guys say that it curves. So therefore, this must be true. No, because you're using this to debunk that the Earth is a sphere. You're using this as the argument to debunk that it's a sphere and it's flat. You can't now say that, okay, well, you guys say it curves, so this... if you're trying to debunk that this is the reason why you believe that it's flat, it makes no sense. Your whole entire argument right there is to, the reason why you debunk these people's, theory, I guess you could call it in your sense, but it's actual facts, but you could go ahead and call it what you want to call it, is that. So it makes no sense that, and that's why I truly do not believe that the Earth is flat and that it's a sphere. I mean, what more could we? And then the fact that their arguments can't explain lunar eclipse and all that. So, I mean, we could dive into so many different ways of how to prove it, because there is a lot of facts that you could do at your house to show that the Earth is really a sphere and those are planets you're looking at telescopes and there, but people are not going to do that, and the majority of people are not going to take the time out of their day to actually really see and invest in getting these cameras or these telescopes and all of this to actually see with their own selves that this is true. But they're not going to do all of that, bro. They're not. It doesn't catch their to them. It's more, I'm getting more sold that the government is lying on us. That's more of my my forte. So, I mean, this is really what it comes down to. Government is lying to us. But that's overall my opinion on the whole flat Earth thing. It's sad that we have to make a video like this in 2023, but hey, it is what it is. I'm Shadow, we up.